Today we are at Teddy Morse's Harley-Davidson here in Grand Junction, and I just test rode this Nightster. This is about 480 pounds with 90 horsepower and 72 foot-pounds of torque. And let me tell you, it is fun. However, it is definitely more sporty than what I'm looking for right now. So let me explain what I mean by that. So as you can see, this is a little bit taller. I felt like I was riding a little bit higher. So that kind of gave me a little bit of that sportier feel. It felt a little more like the Grom in terms of the height, but then I was also leaning more forward. So I can kind of show you what that looks like on here. So I'm on it, but I'm not super straight. I felt like I had to lean just a little bit to really be able to move with the bike and control it. As far as its weight, no problem. So compared to the Heritage, a lot lighter, but again, also a lot taller. I definitely felt like this could pick up and go. It could get moving. It could really give me an experience of being on a bike, having that freedom, having that action, and as you can hear, having all of the fun that comes with riding a motorcycle like this. All right, so as far as riding this, I felt comfortable in terms of its power. I felt comfortable in terms of the height, and it definitely takes off pretty quickly. So it took me a second to get used to how quickly it responded to the throttle. And once I did get used to it, it was a lot of fun for that. Leaning, I definitely had to kind of be a little more aware than on some of the other things I've ridden because of that height. So I was, kind of taking my time, getting used to how this bike likes to lean into those curves and kind of fine tuning that. I was able to do a couple of laps, get a few miles in, and did get more comfortable with it as I went, and was able to just kind of get to that point where I was able to enjoy how sporty it is, how it likes to lean, the quick response to the throttle. It shifts clearly, it shifts really well. It responds great to getting into that new gear and moving up. Also downshifting to come into those slower corners. Had no problem, slowing it down and then moving into that lower gear. And one of the cool things about this bike is the look. I love this like old school logo that's on here, and I feel like the colors go really well with this Red Rock paint color. I love all the blacked out, it's belt driven, and this thing is just, it's sharp, it's really cool.
All right, guys, I have to interject when it comes to the technical things. I want you guys to see we got some Brembo brakes in the front, which is a good add-on. But this bike comes with different driving modes, which is a really important thing. We've got rain, we've got normal driving, and we got sport mode. And that's one of those things that really helps out the driver to be able to navigate through some of the scenarios. Also, it comes with ABS, which is one of those things that in a lot of other countries, it's mandatory. And I'm kind of liking that a lot of the manufacturers are really making it almost standard. But besides that, this is a really nice bike overall from the technical standpoint. As you can see, you've got the suspension in the back. It's exposed easily. You could clean it up there. One of the things too is that it is cooled by liquid cooling, which is nice because you're going to be able to ride this bike through almost all of the temperatures. Now, one of the things I did notice on this particular bike is we have a little bit of damage in the front radiator, and that's real common with sports cars and cars with the radiators in the front. And if they're low, they're going to get pepper a lot. So I would definitely recommend to get a radiator guard for this type of bike. And I think the accessories that it comes with is we've got a windshield. I think you could add some additional stuff. There's always a nice Harley catalog you can look at. But we really thank Teddy Moore Harley for letting us check this out and also make a video about it.
This is one of Harley's lighter bikes, which is part of why I really wanted to try it out. And it's a lot of fun. Like if I wanted to go sporty and fast and just really enjoy that experience, this could definitely be a contender. But I am looking for something a little more on the cruiser side, so it's probably not going to be this bike. So even though it's an awesome bike, it's not really quite what I'm looking for in terms of the style and the feel and the ride, but I'm really glad I tried it out and got to experience the fun that this provides.